Good afternoon, Sidney Football League members and team owners, and welcome to the first edition of the 2024 SFL Breakdown. That's right. In this video, I'll revisit last season's championship, talk about expansion, last night's lottery, and tonight's draft. I'll provide surface level insight on the top 5 available players and show some historical statistics related to the original 6 team owners. Are you ready? Let's go. In last year's championship matchup, Al's Stand-Up Eckler team beat Eddie's Superior Squads LLC by 39 points to win his first SFL championship, 146-108. With 24 points, Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker was the MVP of the match. He was 6 for 6 on field goals with 340-plus and 150-plus yard kick. Al's keeper, Breece Hall, earned his spot as Al's keeper that week by catching 9 passes for 42 yards and a score. He also rushed for 84 yards. Eddie left a few points on his bench, but not a single roster move would have won him the championship last year. Al's performance was simply too strong. Congratulations, Al! The SFL has expanded, adding 2 teams, led by Shaun P. and Aaron P. Welcome, Shaun, and welcome back, Aaron. Thank you both for being part of the Sidney Football League, where the only things we take seriously are football and Swiss cheese global market cost margin analysis. Last night's draft lottery was exciting and a little controversial. We did the best with what we had and came up with the fairest plan we could, though some details could have been closer examined and tweaked a bit. We hope the outcome will work out for all of us. The 2024 Sidney Football League draft order is as follows. Shaun P. picks first in the compensatory draft. Aaron P. second. They will be able to pick any player not designated a keeper. After those picks, the lottery draw resulted in Shaun S. picking first, then Aaron P., Aaron B., Joe, Shaun P., Justin, Brian, Steve, Jeff, Al, Mike, and Eddie 12th. I'm very happy to have the first pick, and I feel blessed not only for that, but for being part of an impeccable fantasy football league with special people who I call friends. The 2024 keepers in the Sidney Football League are as follows. Eddie, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Joe, Jamar Chase. Al, Breece Hall. Aaron B., Bijan Robinson. Mike, Stephon Diggs. Brian, Drake London. Justin, C.D. Lamb. Steve, Josh Allen. Shaun S., Christian McCaffrey. And Jeff, Justin Jefferson. With those 10 off the board, here's quick insight on ESPN's next 5 available players. Number 1, Jonathan Taylor. Entering his 5th season, Taylor played in 10 games last year, rushed for 741 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's currently being drafted at running back number 5. Due to the snap share and workload, he'll presumably split with the dynamic Anthony Richardson. Saquon Barkley is number 2. Ranked at running back 4, Saquon Barkley rushed for under 4 yards per carry last year. The worst efficiency metrics in the league. That said, the Giants' offensive line is like Kraft American slices compared to the refined, aged, dry, temperately stored cheese that is the O-line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Next up at number 3 in the top 5 remaining available players ranked by ESPN is A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles. He played every single 17 games last year. Woo! Catching 7 touchdowns and amassing 1,456 yards. The addition of Saquon Barkley could open up the offense for more scores this season. At number 4, we have Puka Nacua of the Rams, finishing 2023 at wide receiver 6 in fantasy points in a rookie year with 105 catches, 1,486 yards, and 6 scores. Pretty good. But that said, Cooper Kupp was out a lot last year, and he's back. So there is a risk of a sophomore slump for Puka Nacua. Can Puka keep lightning in a bottle? We shall see. And the last, 5th remaining top-ranked ESPN player available on our board after keepers is Garrett Wilson from the New York Jets. So USA Today has him further down the list behind Devontae Adams and Marvin Harrison Jr. in terms of wide receivers. But think about this. He had a 95-catch, 1,042 yards season last year with a carousel at quarterback in New York. I think it's enough to assume that Wilson will light up New York while being fed by number 12, the legendary future Hall of Famer, leader, and gunslinger savant, Aaron A.A. Rodgers. Let's speak on some league history. In 13 years, the trophy has been held by 8 sets of hands. Justin's held it 3 times. Eddie, Steve, and Mike have held it twice. Al, Brian, Andrea, and Joe each 1 time. And Eddie and I are currently tied for the best lifetime record at 96 and 76 over 13 years. Speaking of 13 years, I have some statistics for the original 6 team owners. I didn't take a sample set from everybody because the teams have changed hands over the years. And this group of 6, Eddie, Shaun, Justin, Joe, Mike, Steve, and Al, have been in the league the entire 13 years. And correct me if I'm wrong with that, because that's my recollection. So Eddie, Shaun, Justin, Joe, Mike, Steve, and Al. Here's some statistics for us. For top 3 finishes, Eddie has 8 top 3 finishes. I have 6. Justin also has 6. Joe has 5. Mike has 4. Steve has 4. And Al has 2 top 3 finishes. For the scoring average, Justin leads all scoring averages with 119.7 points. Now keep in mind, back in the early years, we had very low scoring games. It was a different scoring format. We didn't have extra flex, and we didn't have half-point PPRs. So Justin leads all scoring averages over 13 years with 119.7 points apiece. Then Joe, 117.2. Eddie, 115.7. Myself, Shaun, S with 115.6. Mike, 111.2. Al, 110.2. Steve, 108.7. Each of those 6 teams' toughest opponents are, for me, it's Alfred. Al, I am 10 and 16 against you lifetime. So go fly a kite. And Justin, I'm his toughest opponent at 8 and 5. He's 5 and 8 lifetime against me, Justin. Eddie, his toughest opponent is Justin. He's 11 and 15 lifetime against Justin. Steve's toughest opponent is me. He's 5 and 10 lifetime against me. Joe's toughest opponent is Mike. He's 5 and 8 lifetime against Mike. Joe is 5 and 8 lifetime against Mike. Al's toughest opponent is Joe. Al is 3 and 10 lifetime against Joe. And Mike is 3 and 12 over the course of 13 seasons against Eddie. So Eddie is Mike's toughest opponent. Correct. 3 and 12. And then the highest game score ever was recorded by Eddie with 212.48 points. I'm second with 202.86. Justin had a 200.72 game. Joe, 189.68. Al had a 179.42 game. Mike, 174.64. And Steve, 176. So this should be flip-flop. Steve and then Mike. 176 for Steve, 174.64 for Mike. That's it. That's all, Sidney Football League members and team owners. Happy draft day, happy expansion season, and happy football weekend eve. I love the engagement the last couple of days. Let's keep that communication going because we all need laughter. And fine, aromatic cheeses. Go!